What's up, guys? Good evening to all of you. Back at it with the Coach K. What's up, Coach?
What's good, Butcher? How you doing, man?
I am good, brother. This we got us an interesting show. So this is, I believe, part 3 of the biggest what ifs in sports,
Yeah.
and we got some good ones to go over today. Um, it's going to be an interesting show, so stay tuned and buckle up. So here we go. We are going to dive right into it, Coach. And the first one we're going to get into is we are going to take it back to 2018. What up, Goose? What up, Aaron? What up, Sports Expert 101? What's up, Jared Williams? I see you guys. Welcome to the show.
What's good, guys? How y'all doing?
So we're going to take it back to 2018, Coach, and the NCAA national title game, Alabama and Georgia. And our first what if is, what if Georgia wins that game? Does the Alabama dominance cease at that point?
That is a really good question, man. Because if you think about it, and you talk about the dominance of cease, that to me that means Alabama runs out of players, and to me, Nick Saban has done such a good job in recruiting. Even after once Saban leaves Alabama, I think it's still going to take 3 to 4 years for Bama to kind of drop. Honestly, so I don't think the 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 Bama loses anything, but I think we look at Georgia in a different light. I think we look at Georgia as a legitimate contender year in and year out with under Kirby Smart. And to me, that solidifies Georgia hiring Kirby from Bama and firing Mark Richt. Honestly, you know, but again, exactly, Goose. They have recruited at an elite level, and you know, Saban has got um, that Bama like moniker back to where it was under Gene Stallings and Bear Bryant.
Yeah,
You know,
just the recruiting money alone that they get sent to, it's, I'm sure it's off the charts.
oh, it's
It
ridiculous.
it would put a it I'll tell you what it definitely would do. It would definitely like take the foot off the gas pedal of the momentum that Alabama had
Oh,
going into the last like 2 seasons. It
oh,
it
100%.
definitely would take the foot off the gas pedal, and because that would have been that would have been a huge loss, huge for them.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, exactly. And like Goose said, man, Georgia probably did have the best team in 2017 by far. I mean, they probably had the best team in college football, but I mean that's what happens when um, when you don't and Tua made a heck of a throw, but people
That
forget about.
was that was in a that was an amazing throw.
Yes, and when he made that throw, you're thinking, this kid's gonna be special. This kid is going to be special, and think about this though. Nick Saban had a bench Jalen Hurts, who has won a national title at Alabama. He has won games at Alabama, and he the co- the cojones to bench a guy like that
And go,
and
yeah.
go with a freshman that's
Hmm.
unproven in the biggest game of the year. I mean, just says, says about the the talent of Tua. Yeah, and good. I agree, man. Georgia played like crap. I really do think Georgia that year played not to lose the game instead of trying to play to win the game in that second half. They to me they stopped doing what they did in the first half, but I think Tua had something to do with that though, of Georgia not playing very well in the second half, because I think Tua's that good.
But like before Tua's injury, right? It was him and Lawrence. You know,
Well-
or I mean, not him and Lawrence. It was him and
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
him and Lawrence were the two best quarterbacks out there.
Well, after that game, ESPN, because ESPN always jumps on this crap. It was tank for Tua. After the Georgia game, after a half of football, they were talking about tanking for Tua. But again, I think the Bama dynasty stops 3 to 4 years after Saban if they don't hire the right coach. And Alabama has shown in the past to not hire the right coach. Because it took them, and Goose, you can probably answer this better than I can, man. Before Saban, what was Bama's last title? 95? 94, 95 was Bama's last championship? That was with I can't remember. I can't remember the coach. 92.
92.
Okay.
Wow, that's a drought there.
Who was the coach there, Goose? Was it Stallings? Was Stallings there in 92? I can't remember. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Gene Stallings was the head coach of Alabama in 1992. And so, that's what I'm saying. Bama has showed, to not be able to hire the right. I think they do a great job because they let Nick do what Nick does, and they just stay out of the way. I think after Stallings, Bama, the boosters and all that got really involved with Alabama football and try to do what they've been doing because we're Alabama. Well, that wasn't working in the mid '90s into early 2000s until Saban got there. So.
Yeah, no, that's that Georgia team was good though. They were.
Oh my gosh, they were dominant offensively.
They were really good.
Defensively, they were probably one of the better college defenses we've seen in probably 5 or 10 years, I would say. But I would say that one or the 07 or 2012 Alabama defense was pretty. They were pretty
stout.
salty.
Yeah, pretty
Yes.
stout.
Oh yeah.
That game, if Georgia had won that game, that would have carried a lot of weight.
And I think we talk about Kirby Smart in a different way if they win that game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, easily.
He's the quote unquote first Saban disciple to beat Saban in a big game.
At his own game too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Smash mouth in your face. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Saban not only beat him, but beat him at his own game with his own. His own He used his own formula against him.
Yes. Again, that's kind of where Kirby learned a lot of that stuff and was from Saban, especially in the back end stuff. But
yeah,
I think you have. We look at Kirby Smart in a different light if he wins that game. But again, I don't think the dynasty stops. We talk about the Alabama dynasty dying now, and I don't think so. As long as Nick Saban's going to be the coach of Alabama, Alabama is going to be an elite team with elite players.
and that's going to be that way for a while, and they've earned it. All right, so let's jump into our next one, Coach. We are going to go down the line, and we're going to let's talk about since we got a good number of people in here, Coach. Why don't we do the one that we've both been wanting to talk about for a while now?
Yeah.
Probably for the whole, ever since this morning, since I sent it to you.
Yeah, for real.
So, for y'all that don't know, Coach is a diehard A&M fan. as you can see, if you don't know who that is directly behind him, that is Kyler Murray before he transferred to Oklahoma. So, Coach, what if Kyler Murray didn't transfer from A&M? What's the ceiling? Sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it.
You're fine, bro. I mean, but we talk about ceiling. I think supporting cast has a ton to do with it, and he had better supporting cast at Oklahoma than he did at A&M. Kyler Murray, and you guys in the chat may or may not know, okay? Kyler Murray is in the state of Texas. He went to Allen High School, which is like, if you look at Allen, like Dallas, Allen, Plano, it's right in that area. When he was at Allen High School, he was 43-0 as a starter.
Yeah, he didn't lose a high school football game, right?
3 state championships, was the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Texas, and was the #1 dual threat quarterback in the nation.
Oh no, he was coming out of high school. He was ridiculous.
Oh, and his dad played quarterback at A&M, and I believe, and Goose, you can check me on this, man. I think it was either the late 80s or early 90s. Kevin Murray played quarterback at Texas A&M.
So he was following in Pops' footsteps.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though. In his recruitment, Kevin Sumlin didn't offer Kyler Murray until after his sophomore or junior year. He offered him pretty late. And I think if my memory serves, he was going to go to Oregon maybe for a little bit there.
And then
decided to go to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Aggie fans really thought Kyler Murray was going to be Johnny Manziel 2.0. Just that explosion, the ability to make a play, that ability to improvise, to throw the ball, and all that stuff. People thought he was going to be Johnny Manziel 2.0.
Yeah.
Then Kevin Sumlin and all his genius screwed this. If y'all could tell, I'm a little wasn't very happy
because this falls on they correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they didn't offer him much of anything, and they kind of did it nonchalant and didn't really care.
They kept, Kevin Sumlin kept telling Murray, and again, there's a report out there somewhere, you're going to play, you're going to play, you're going to play. The way Kevin Sumlin handled that quarterback situation at A&M was horrible. And at the time, the year before, we get the #1 pocket passer in the nation in Kyle Allen. The same Kyle Allen that came in for Cam Newton at the Carolina Panthers. So you had Kyle Allen, the #1 quarterback prospect or pocket passer in the nation. You have the #1 dual threat quarterback in the nation the year after him. Okay, 5-star guys, what a play! They want to play, and so Sumlin never, he kept kind of keeping these guys in the dark, and it was a really toxic situation. Murray, if I remember the reports right, Murray really couldn't stand Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen couldn't stand Murray, but again, it was all because Kevin Sumlin handled this situation probably the worst you could ever handle it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Murray transfers. A week later, Kyle Allen transfers. And a week or two after they both transfer, A&M plays Lamar Jackson in the Liberty Bowl his freshman year. And we get beat by 6. And anyway, the question was, what was the ceiling? I think his ceiling, he would have put up numbers, but I don't think he would have become the prospect under Kevin Sumlin.
No, you don't think he would have reached his potential?
Just because of the supporting cast around him. I mean, Mike Evans was gone at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we had Josh Reynolds. We had some guys that played in the NFL receiver wise, but I mean, there wasn't a CeeDee Lamb. There wasn't a Hollywood Brown. There wasn't a Mark Andrews. You know, there wasn't who was the guy? P Ryan. Was it P Ryan at Oklahoma? Murray's first year. I mean, Murray had so much better talent at OU, and to me, he had a better coach in Lincoln Riley than Kevin Sumlin. You know, and I really do. I wish Murray would have stayed, and I don't blame him for leaving. But again, I don't think he would have cashed in on his full potential at A&M because of the supporting cast. Remember, post Johnny Manziel, A&M, we couldn't stop a nosebleed on defense.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, the like what 2 or 3 seasons after Manziel, the A&M D was bad, bad.
Up until we got Mike Elko 3 years ago, with under Jimbo Fisher's when the defense started to get better. But before that, it was like we had to score every play or every series. We had to score because our defense was not going to stop anybody. Bottom line, end of story, we would not stop. We couldn't stop a nosebleed. I mean, it was that bad. I mean, again, it was that bad. And so, I don't think so. I think Murray made the right business decision in going to Oklahoma than A&M. I wish he would have stayed because I think Kyler Murray would have done great things, but I really do think business decision-wise and for his career, I think he made the right decision going to Oklahoma. And Oklahoma at least gave Murray the stage to be great.
And he, like you said it before, he wanted to play. Like the kid's an athlete, and he wanted to play.
He was 43-0 as a starter in high school. He did not lose a game in the state of Texas at the 6A level, which for some of you, for a little FYI, that's the highest classification in the state. So he's playing at the largest classification in the state of Texas, and he went 43-0 as a starter with 3 state championships. And the only reason probably he didn't win a fourth because he was a freshman. And they don't play freshmen on those bigger schools unless you're like a bona fide stud. You don't play as a freshman usually at those bigger schools.
Yeah, no, it to me, Kyler's move to Oklahoma was strictly business.
Yeah.
He wanted to win. Kyler was in the winning business, and it gave him the best chance to do it by moving.
100%. And I don't blame him for it at all. Because up until we fired Kevin Sumlin, it was a freaking circus. Like Kenny Hill, like 2 years after this, Kenny Hill gets the reins. He's going, then he transfers to TCU.
Yeah.
So there was something going on in that quarterback room.
Clearly.
You know? So it's frustrating. But again, I think like you said, man, it was a pure business decision, and I do not blame him in the freaking least.
That's all I chalk it up to, man. It was simply a business decision. Hey, holy shit. Patch Nation Sports Talk. What's up, dude? Holy crap. Wow, it's been a while, man. How the hell are you, dude? That is awesome. What's up? What's up, Patch Nation Sports Talk? What's up, brother? That just got me all sorts of hyped up. What's up, Kentucky? What up, KY Hunter? What's up, man? He says, I'm back. Well, glad to have you back, brother. Glad to have you back, man.
Oh, yeah.
After whooping that virus's ass.
Hell yeah.
What's up, Sports Reaction? Rich, that's a good one too. That's definitely. He said, "What if Bill Buckner caught them?" Yeah, we're gonna do a Rich. We're gonna do a particular episode where we kind of go old school. It's gonna be a theme. We got a couple of different theme episodes coming up that are gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be.
Like the next one we do is gonna be all college football. So that is the next episode. All college football is coming up.
Up my alley.
All right, Coach. So should we move on to the next one?
Yes. Want me to get this one for you?
Go for it.
All right, man. So, what if there was no MLB strike in 1994? So, in context, Bobby was old enough to remember this. I was 3 in '94, and so I just want to throw that out there for the people. Bobby's an old fart.
So this is what if there was no strike in '94? Baseball would probably still have a lot more fans because they lost a lot of fans. They lost a lot of fans during that strike, and they recovered from it, but they were very lucky. They were very lucky.
So what happened? Again, I was 3 when this thing went down. What happened because of this?
They just couldn't come to an agreement. That was the Players Association and the owners fighting.
Okay. And so let me ask you this question. Because of the strike in '94, because they lost so many fans, that I'm assuming, and I probably know the answer to this, that led into the steroid era.
To bring it back.
To bring
the fans back.
Back into the ballpark.
The dingers brought everybody back. I hit dingers. The dingers brought everybody back. They did the home run race in '98. The home run race in '98.
That was so much fun as a kid growing up.
The home run race in '98 was awesome. It was every game that McGuire and Sosa played in was can't miss.
Like, I remember as a kid going to the Astrodome to watch, and the Astros were playing the Cardinals, and Mark McGuire was batting, and everyone was like holding their breath to see if he would have hit a home run. I think he went like 0 for 3 that day.
Yeah. So, Sports Reaction says Tony Gwynn possibly hits 400 if there was no strike. Dude, Rich, I'm telling you, man, it was I mean, we could do an episode on all, like, there's a bunch of like consequences that came out of that strike in '94. Like that baseball lost a lot of casual fans. Like they're lucky they came out of it, and that, like, if these boys don't play ball, they don't play if they don't play ball, like the popularity hit that the MLB is going to take, dude, it's going to crash.
Oh,
it's going to crash. It's already hard enough for people to watch 4-hour games, like it's going to, I mean, if this is another situation, like 94, like I said, 94, they were lucky. They were very lucky to survive that. Goose said, let me back up.
No strike in baseball.
He said Expos versus the Yankees in the World Series, Goose, and I agree with you 100%. That would have happened.
Baseball popularity was on par with NHL.
I would probably if they let the steroid era play out instead of like stopping it. If they just let it play out, it would probably be somewhere around the NHL. Like that's very true. I would agree on that one.
It's the old guys, the whole get off my lawn, don't mess with my game, don't evolve, don't do all. It's the old guys that run baseball that are. But who has time to watch a 4-hour baseball game? honestly, nowadays.
Rich, that's a good point too, man. He said the 04-05 NHL lockout has that crushed the NHL popularity too.
I do. I vaguely remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I vaguely remember that. And what was it? The 90. What season? What NBA season was shortened because of money? Was it the? Was it?
Mid 90s, I think. Mid 90s.
I thought it was like the early 2000s, late 90s.
Was it mid? I thought it was. I thought it was like 97, 96.
I thought the Spurs won a championship that year.
99, 99,
Okay, yeah.
99.
That was that shortened season because of the money situation, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 98, 99, 50 games, first Spurs.
Yeah. Go Spurs, go.
Hey, the sports reaction. You're probably looking at the second biggest sports fan I know, or Spurs fan I know, outside of you.
Go Spurs, go.
Oh.
I appreciate it, KY.
Hey, thanks, KY. Kentucky Hunter, appreciate that, man.
So, okay, so 94 lockout, but again,
You're gonna. I agree with Goose. I agree with
fans-
Goose though. First and foremost, sorry to cut you off.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Sorry. First and foremost, I agree with Goose. We're good. We would get the Astros Yankees title game. That would be the series. That would be the World Series.
Okay. Yeah. How popular was baseball pre-94? Like, were the stadiums packed? Like for a Friday night game. I know it's hard to like. I know in Boston, New York, Philadelphia, baseball's huge. Baseball is huge up there, and it's a totally different thing. Like in the South, in Atlanta, Houston, Texas, or Dallas, Phoenix, where it's 110 degrees and
it was on par.
Was on par. Like what was Fenway packed?
Oh yeah.
For I guess is Fenway always packed though? Yankee Stadium always packed. Like for
them two stadiums. Them two stadiums
Right.
are always packed.
And I know those two are kind of outliers because those two fan bases love their Yankees and they love their Red Sox, and that they could be playing on a Tuesday, Tuesday against the worst team in the MLB, and they will still pack Fenway in Yankee Stadium.
Like I said at the beginning of when we first started, they were lucky in '94 to come out of it like they did. They were lucky. They lost a lot of. People lost a lot of respect and they lost a lot of casual fans.
What would you say a whole generation? Like
at least
kids,
half of one.
I remember growing up as a kid, but I played, but I wasn't a big baseball fan. I wasn't. I was not a huge. My dad could sit there and watch the dang Houston Astros for 4.5 hours, 5 hours.
The biggest gripe that I have with the game today is that it's too damn long.
Slow. 4 hours?
You gotta cut a half hour off of that. Somehow, some way, they gotta cut a half hour out. I don't care how they do it; they have to cut a half hour out.
You can't feasibly do that though, because baseball's slow anyway. Like even at the high school level, it's
30-second pitch clock. You get 30 seconds to throw a pitch.
I like that.
30-second pitch clock, right? You limit the amount. You cut the amount of mound visits in half, so you make the manager be more strategic with how he plays it. There's ways to cut it down. Less replay. You know what I mean? Only review something if you absolutely there's ways to cut it down. It's just baseball players have become babies. If they can't take 3.5 minutes to spit their chewing tobacco out and adjust their batting gloves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you see Rich's statistics?
Yeah.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
Yeah. Yep. It's I'm telling you, and the TV, the like people aren't watching the games, dude.
No.
I will tell you. I'll tell you one thing, right? Dude, I like baseball. I really do. I like the Red Sox and all that. And most of the time I will broadcast the games. But if I'm not doing it, like if I'm not, calling a game, it's not really being watched. It's on
like
in the
background.
it's on. Yeah, dude. I'll put the volume up so I can hear it.
Like I could probably count on one hand how many full Astro games I watched last year.
Yeah.
In the regular season. Now postseason, I'm sitting down and watching my Astros.
Yeah, you're gonna watch the games. Yeah,
Yes,
because that's when it
but-
matters. Every
yes.
inning matters.
In the regular season, though, I could probably count on one or two hands, probably two hands, honestly, how many Astro full, like from first pitch to last pitch.
Yeah.
How many Astro games I watched in the entirety.
And Rich, the London series between the Sox and Yankees was freaking brutal. 5 hours, dude. That was ridiculous. I remember that.
And that's why, like, if you ever listen to Colin Cowherd, he's a big soccer guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most.
Ask the Sports Reaction broadcasts. He calls soccer games. He'll tell you they're 2 hours at the most.
Yeah, in and out, 2 hours. And that's what Cowherd was saying. When soccer kind of started with the World Cup, was it will eventually take over baseball as the fourth biggest sport in America, just because it's quick, it's fast. There's always action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. So to sum this up, man, like if there was no strike in '94 and they just went straight into the steroid, like let's say the steroid era happened regardless.
Mm-hmm.
If they just went from the momentum they had and then right into the steroid, like, dude, it would be.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to agree with Goose. Like, it would be right up there with the NHL. Like, they would probably be right on par with them.
And can we agree on this? It's football, basketball, hockey, baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's a big gap between basketball and hockey.
I will say this though, with the like Golden Knights and the Golden Knights, like that expansion team surprised the hell out of me with how good they did.
Oh my god.
And how good they're still doing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
If they can get like a couple more of those teams like that and have that kind of success, maybe not make it to the cup, but like at least get into have their new team get into the playoffs, dude. That gap that you were saying, that's gonna close.
Well, put them in bigger markets too. Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle probably in the north. You get that Seattle market. Put them. Does Miami have? Yeah, Miami has one. Put them like Nashville. Oh, not Nashville. They already have one. My bad. I'm like Nashville. Yeah, that'd be a great one. Like hell, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cincinnati. Put them in these bigger markets. But I'm trying to think. Probably Seattle's really the only one like big city.
I bet Seattle will have in 3 or 4 years. Seattle will have a hockey team.
You think they'll have a basketball team if they have a hockey team?
I don't know. Hockey seems more just the area up there seems like it would support a hockey team.
You're close to Vancouver.
That's what I'm saying. They're in a cold climate area. I think they would support a hockey team up there, for sure. I think the audience would. I think they would sell tickets. I think you could. Hey, what up, JD? So since this is my fucking show, and I'm a Patriots fan,
Where's my Eli Manning dirt face?
we're gonna get to a Patriots what if next, and it's my damn show, so that's what I say.
Hey guys,
And this
I
isn't a
tried to
democracy.
fight him.
This isn't a democracy. This is a butch-tatorship.
I tried to fight him on this, but it didn't work out. I'm sorry. I failed you, non-Patriot fans. I apologize.
This is a butch-tatorship, so this is how it goes.
Rich, I thought of you when this question got brought up. Honestly,
So,
we
our
ask
next what if is, what if the '07 Patriots beat the Giants? What if they won that Super Bowl? Hold on a second. Hey, super chat. Dono, hype, Goose Sports member gang. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Much appreciated. You the man.
So remind me real quick so you can relive that horror. Okay, '07. That was the Randy Moss.
It was. That was the
Brady.
Randy Moss team. Yep.
That
Yes,
was
it was.
the helmet catch that crushed every Patriot fan.
The David Tyree helmet catch that had Rodney Harrison hanging all over him.
It crushed every Patriot fan's soul, and Eli Manning was known as the Patriot Killer. Oh wait, no, that was the '09. My bad, my fault.
That was the second one.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Okay. I'm gonna get my jabs in here. We wouldn't have that awesome Miami Dolphins Perfectville commercial. if
I'll be
people went for that one.
I'll be thinking of you as Robert Kraft is polishing 6 of our trophies, and where's yours? Oh, you fell an inch short of yours. Sorry.
Why you gotta bring up the past, man? That's messed up. why you gotta bring up old stuff, man? Come on. Yes, Goose, I'm with you though. Mercury Morris would finally shut up.
So in all seriousness, though,
Okay.
Coach, like if the '07 Pats beat the Giants,
They would
like
be
what
known
does that
as
mean?
the-
Like,
they would be
is
known
that
as
the greatest team? Is that the
Yes.
greatest team to ever play?
They will be known as the greatest team in NFL history. If the '07 Pats beat the Giants, that team will go down in history as the greatest football team in NFL history because they will be the first 17-0. Not 16, 17-0. Randy Moss would, Brady would.
Actually, I believe it would have been 19-0. It was 18-1.
That's right.
They would have
19-0.
been 19-0
Yes.
if they won.
Yes, they would go down as the greatest team of all time. They would.
Really, Goose? You really think they would be the best team? So you guys say that they would be the best team in NFL history if they won? Really?
I think so. We had that great commercial with a Perfectville USA that was really good after that Super Bowl. You remember that one? From NFL on the NFL Network. It was awesome. But they showed an alternative clip to that because they had to film both sides if the Giants won or if the Pats won. The Pats winning was awesome.
Goose says really better than the '84 Niners and the '85. Really?
Yeah, dude. Offensively, you had the
Dude,
best. You had the best statistical season.
It's
in NFL
really
history.
close. It's really close for me. It's really close. I know that team was really good. I
Would it
know
be
that
better
team was.
than the '85 or '87 Steelers, like that great Steeler teams in the mid to late '80s. Oh, not '80s, '70s. I'm sorry, '70s. The '70s Steelers, like the '75, '76 Steelers.
See now the '07 Pats might have been the greatest offensive team.
Yes.
But I will say, as a Patriot fan, I think their '04 team had a better. That '04 Patriots team had a better D.
But I mean, the Pats that year were outscoring everybody by double digits.
This is what I'm saying. Offensively,
yes.
Offensively, that was the greatest team to ever play. Offensively, if they beat the Giants, that would have easily gone down as the greatest team.
Was that Amendola?
But the 04 Pats, the 04 Patriots, that defense on the 04 Pats, I think, was one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, the 07 Patriots, was that Danny Amendola? Was he in the slot at that time?
Yep. No. That was the 07.
Randy Moss on the outside.
It was Moss and Welker.
Oh,
Welker. That was
right.
Welker. That wasn't Amendola. That was Welker.
Welker in his prime.
That was prime Wes Welker.
Yes, that's right. And they had who was the running back? Oh my gosh, was it Dillon? No.
The 04 team was Corey Dillon. Corey Dillon, I believe, was 04.
07? Was he the 07?
No, I think Corey Dillon was. I'm pretty sure Corey Dillon was 04.
Okay, who's the 07 running back? Because they were able to run the ball pretty well that year, if I remember right.
Hold on one second. I don't want to say the guy's name. I think it's was it Antoine Smith? Why am I saying that? Hold on.
You're the resident Pats fan, dude. I have no idea. I just know I was rooting for the Giants at Super Bowl. Dude, they averaged 36.8 points per game and only gave up 17.1. Holy crap. I remember.
I just want to make sure. I'm. Hold on one sec.
It was because their offense, if I remember correctly, was Randy Moss go deep and Wes Welker underneath.
Oh, that was Maroney. Lawrence Maroney in 07.
Lawrence Maroney.
Maroney in 07.
Yeah. But, dude.
That was before he crapped out, though. He had that one good year.
Yep. And they were able to run the ball with him quite a bit. I mean.
But the Corey Dillon, dude, when we had Corey Dillon.
Oh, my gosh.
What's up, Leedy?
That's what I'm saying, Leedy. I was rooting for the G-men.
Hey, Leedy, that touchdown pass from Drew Bledsoe to beat you guys was pretty good. Sorry, bro. You the man. Love you.
Yeah. But I mean, but going back to this, man. But I think the 07 Patriots will go down as the greatest team in NFL history if they would have won that game.
The thing that's crazy about that team is that that team revolutionized positions on the field. Wes Welker revolutionized the slot position. He showed how important that position is on a football team. Look at how many teams now, Coach, invest in the slot receiver in the draft.
Oh yeah, and I mean you're starting to see a lot more speed and a lot less those big bodies that can just run and jump over people.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like they revolutionized that like Welker revolutionized that position.
Oh, 100%. And it blows my mind to think that team was a helmet catch away from people looking at that and saying 19-0.
Yeah. If Tyree doesn't make that catch, that game is over.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, it's crazy. Because I remember as a kid watching that game, and we're at a Super Bowl party, and someone says, he caught that. He caught that. No way. He caught that.
Rich, that was kind of a that you're right though. It was that the Giants were the only team that actually came close to beating them in the regular season.
Matchups.
And I knew nobody gave the Giants a shot going into that game. Even the announcers. I remember watching that game, and everybody was writing them off. Everybody picked the Pats. Everybody was writing them off. There were, you know what I mean? Like there were nobody gave the Giants a chance in that game.
That D line, led by Michael Strahan, took it personally and made it their goal to disrupt the Pats.
Now, Rich, the sports reaction. My like unsung hero for you guys outside of Tyree, O.C. Umenyiora, next to Strahan. O.C. Umenyiora ate the Patriots' offensive line alive. Mm-hmm. Umenyiora took pressure off of Strahan to do Strahan things. O.C. Umenyiora was a huge part of that win.
Yes,
they couldn't single block the dude. They couldn't single block Umenyiora the whole game, and he ate the Patriots O-line up.
Oh, it was. Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that too because it was like, that was really like, and you've said on this channel before, Butcher, it was the first time people figured out a formula for Tom Brady.
That Giants team,
Rush 4.
Yeah, that Giants team gave the rest of the league for the next 12 years a formula how to beat Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. You invest in a D-line that's just a bunch of, like if you get
dogs.
Yeah. If you get a bunch of studs on a D-line and you can and you can rush 4 guys and get to break, and you know how they rushed them? How'd they do it, Coach? A gap to A gap, right in between this, on either side of the center. They rushed them right up the middle.
They did. If I remember right, they used Strahan and Umenyiora on the inside sometimes just to get that inside pressure a little quicker on him.
That's fire. That's very true. And sports reaction, bro. That front 4 was stupid good. They were stupid good.
I mean, there's what? Yeah, one.
Listen to the mic'd up sessions of Brady talking on the sideline to his guys. They had no answer. They had no answer for that front 4. Just literally just getting after it.
Oh yeah. And like like you've said, and Rich said, that team kind of took it personal.
Yeah.
That they were getting written off. They took it personal, and it was a heck of a performance.
Elias, I did not forget about that. I actually watched the Patriots go down to the Packers in that game, in that Super Bowl, and I was heartbroken after it, dude. We literally just ran into a better team. It's just one of those scenarios that the Packers were just a better team that year. Favre took New England apart. He did. He took them apart, and they literally just ran into a better team. There was nothing they could do.
Well, and even defensively, I mean, what was his name? Oh my gosh, played for the Eagles. He was an evangelist. Oh my gosh, what is his freaking name? He was a big reason for that win. He played for the oh my gosh, I almost had it. Not John Randall. Gosh, I can't think of it. Oh well, I'll think of it later.
I heard Rich. I heard that, dude. So he said what pissed the Giants off even more was that in Week 17 when they were criticized, at the end of the season when they were criticizing, when the Pats The Pats had nothing to play for, and the Giants were playing they were playing their starters. I did hear that pissed them off. But what do you say, Coach? That's what do you say we move on?
Sounds good, man.
All right, you want to get the next one? Go for it.
Which one we talking? The boxing?
Yes, go for it.
Oh yeah. If y'all may know this, me and Bobby are pretty big fight fans.
Fight fans. Yep.
Me and him are both pretty big UFC fans. Not a big boxing fan, but the question is this right here: what if boxing never fell off? And here's a caveat to this: what if the UFC never grew in popularity because boxing never fell off?
So boxing's popular. So this is a double-edged sword. Boxing's popularity fell, so people started looking more at the UFC, and that's the rise of the UFC.
Mm-hmm. And to me, you know what led to boxing falling off? Two things: bad promotion. Second thing, the heavyweight division was not very good after Tyson left. Once Lennox Lewis knocked Tyson out, I think that's when the heavyweight division during that time fell.
If Tyson wins that fight, boxing is still as popular as it was 15 years ago.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I don't remember. The only fight I remember watching in boxing was Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson. That's the only boxing match. I didn't watch Tyson Fury. I didn't watch McGregor.
I watched the Fury Wilder fight. I did watch that one.
I didn't want the only fight I recently watched was Pacquiao Mayweather, when Mayweather and Pacquiao just circled the ring for 15 rounds. I mean, the UFC, dude. Gosh, Friday. Dana White.
To add to what you said, right? You know what I think. To add to the downward spiral that boxing has. We've seen, how many times do you see these top-notch fighters? Because Wilder is a good Wilder can fight so much higher of a quality fight that they've put him in over the last couple of.
Here's the thing with Wilder.
You know what it is, Coach? What? So it's cupcake fights. The fans are sick of seeing cupcake fights, where you don't even need to watch to know who wins. Cupcake fights have taken the sport and the popularity and literally just spiraled it.
Rich, I can agree with that. He said, I don't think they were related. UFC got big with the first season of Ultimate Fighter around 2005. It brought a ton more fans into the fold. I agree with that. There's a lot of it, like when the UFC really kind of started going, ESPN boxing analysts refer to MMA as human cockfighting.
Yeah, I don't think they were huge fans when it first started.
Oh no, and there's a clip on YouTube, and I watched it the other day, that Joe Rogan basically told that boxing promoter, "You're going to be out of business within 10 years. You're going to be irrelevant in 10 years." The UFC is going to overtake boxing and become the most popular combat sport.
Dude, it got so popular that so it's not only UFC, you have Bellator, you have the UFC, how many micro fight companies do you have now? There's probably 6 of them.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the UFC, to me, it's a credit to Dana White, because he still works like no one believes in the product. He's not afraid to take chances.
Yeah.
AKA Fight Island. the Mickey Mouse had to come up and tell Dana White to chill out on Fight Island. You know, I guarantee if he wasn't getting paid by Disney, Dana White would have bought that, or he would have had fights on that island. I guarantee you.
What Dana what he's doing now is that he's showing people that you can put a sporting event on and do it safely.
Yes. And
he's showing the entire world that you can do it and you can do it safely.
Rich, I was just about to say that, man. Signing Brock Lesnar in like 2010, 2011, like 2009 to like 2012 was like the
height.
peak, the height of the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
And and they talk about, people want to watch, people like watching the flyweights and the bantamweights and the welterweights. Well, crap. I'll be honest with you, if there's a really good heavyweight fight on,
there's nothing like heavyweights in a cage. Nothing like it.
You get 250 plus or 230 plus pounders trying just to knock the crap out of each other.
Yeah, they're literally just trying to knock you the hell out.
It was,
dude, and some of those dudes are 230, 220, 230 pounds, and they move like they're 160.
But I was listening to Rogan when the Tyson Wilder fight was going on, and if some of y'all may know this, Francis Ngannou, he's a UFC heavyweight. He freaking puts people to sleep.
Yeah, dude, you might as well just swing a cinder block at somebody with some of these guys.
Yes, but Rogan was saying boxing is the longevity's there because the gloves are bigger. You're not getting and you're not getting hit with basically bare knuckle. It's as close to bare knuckle as you can get. Yes, the only reason they wear the gloves for the UFC so they don't break their knuckle, so they don't
split their knuckles when they hit you. Yeah,
and cuts. I mean, that's the only reason they wear them. But I think the UFC, I think boxing, their heavyweight, boxing's heavyweight division is not very good. Wilder and Fury have kind of elevated a little bit.
Rejuvenated that division. Yeah,
but that's two.
Yeah,
that's only two. You can't have Fury Wilder 28.
You
can't keep pumping. You gotta have more heavyweight talent coming into the promotions, and I think that's the thing too is the promotions. To me, I think they kill boxing just because you got 2 or 3. I mean, how many heavyweight championships are there? Like 4? Because the different boxing promotions.
I think there's 3 or 4 different heavyweight titles. Yeah, I think so.
Here's the great thing about MMA: the UFC is the pinnacle. That's that's the big show. So if you're the heavyweight champion of the UFC, you're the best heavyweight in the world.
Later, Rich. Catch you later, my guy.
See you, Rich. Be good.
He says, "Go Spurs, go."
Hail to the yeah. Hail to the yeah. But yeah, man, and again, and I'll be honest, like what Rich said, 05, the first, I remember watching The Ultimate Fighter in 05. Like, I remember getting into UFC with Forrest Griffin, Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell.
Yep.
Some of these OGs.
The guys who helped pioneer and build that foundation.
Oh my gosh.
Coach, and I don't know about you, but bro, I think I like watching the women fight more than the guys, to be honest. Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, is probably my favorite UFC fighter.
She's fighting this weekend.
I know this.
Is she fighting? Oh yeah, she's fighting Saturday.
I know this.
Against a really
She's probably my favorite. She's probably my favorite fighter.
I still lean towards the men. Honestly, I like seeing Francis Ngannou just decapitate somebody. Honestly, I like seeing Khabib Nurmagomedov just take someone to the ground and just, wrestle
Yeah.
and own and just physically like watch their will just break.
So, okay, I'll be honest. So the Lioness, the Eagle, and Israel Adesanya are probably my three favorite fighters. The
See,
style,
I'm-
the style bender.
I like
Yep.
Israel Adesanya too.
He's-
I'm a Connor guy. I like
He's
Connor.
he's so fast. Adesanya is so fast.
I like McGregor because he knows how to promote a fight.
Mm-hmm.
But
See, this is where see, you like McGregor. I think he's the biggest prick on the planet. Every time he fights, I want to see him get his head ripped off. Like when Nate Diaz punched him out. Oh, that was the greatest thing I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, I like McGregor
When he
because
punched him out and
it's the mental game. I
Yeah.
like watching him play when he fought Jose Aldo and Aldo just rushed in there because he was so mad because McGregor was jawing the whole time and McGregor caught him and knocked him out to win the lightweight title. That was all. That was the fight before the fight, and McGregor won it. And unfortunately, because McGregor talks so much, that's when you get the Khabib jump in the cage and, that big brawl that happened post-fight after Khabib McGregor.
yeah.
Because he talks so much trash, that's what happens too.
So you want to take a few from the chat?
Oh, yeah, let's go. I like this one. What from I see it.
From Daily Sens, right?
What if Derrick Rose never gets injured? Wasn't he supposed to be like the chosen one, like the next great Chicago Bull?
They were. What were they? Were they? Is he the one they were comparing to AI?
I think so, if I remember right.
He was supposed to be like Allen Iverson, right? That's what they were saying.
Could never stay healthy.
This is live, Daily. We are live.
Could never stay healthy. And again, I'm not a Bulls fan, So
I really feel bad for him because Rose is a good dude. He's a nice dude, like a good guy. He just those knees just they were just he could never get him right. He could never get him right.
He drew the short end of the stick on the knee, on genetics on the knees.
Mm-hmm.
He drew the short end of the stick on that deal.
And he tried to, like, over and over and over to get him, he did anything and everything to try and get his knees right, and it wouldn't go.
The one thing I remember about Derrick Rose, he's just such a great athlete at the point guard position.
Hey, D Salsa in the house. So Salsa says, what if Fisher missed that .03 second shot that made the Lakers win?
Which one? What title were we talking about? Which one? Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher has broken my heart so many times.
He broke my heart. That's a good one.
What year did Salsa?
Salsa, what year was that?
What year?
Was that
Was that like 06?
I think it was the 06-07 season, I think.
Because he had the same freaking thing against San Antonio.
Yes, he did.
Fucking Fisher. between him and Kobe, it was just like.
So here's an interesting one from Daily Sens. He says, what if Ben Simmons could shoot the three?
I don't watch much basketball, man. I know who Ben Simmons is. I'm not a big basketball guy.
Daily. That he would be a weapon. Ben Simmons, if he could shoot the three, would be a weapon because he's really good under the hoop, like really good. So he would, if his three ball could develop, he would be a weapon because he's good.
That's just where the game's going though.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a big guy cannot shoot, the age of the Shaquille O'Neal, Akeem Mutombo, the big guys with the back to the basket,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah.
That
It's
era of
going
basketball
away.
is
It's going away. This is a different league.
Thank you, Warriors.
So Salsa said it was like a pass touch score. Like it was, yeah.
I gotta know what year, man, because there's
I think it was 06, 07.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it was 06, 07.
Derek Fisher, I mean, he's responsible for a lot of my childhood heartaches with the Spurs.
He's given you heartburn a few times.
Dang. Between him, Robert Horry with the Lakers, and effing Ray Allen, and
I'll say this, right? You know who a player that I don't think got the credit that he deserved. People praised him, but I don't think he got the credit that he deserved. Dude, Manu Ginobili. He was for a lot of those Spurs teams, coach. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I've always been a fan of his. That dude was in the prime, in the Spurs prime. Like, dude, that dude was when he got to that team, he was the glue. Like, he was a glue guy.
Dude, you need to see some of the interviews like on YouTube. They're so funny. Like when he first got there, he would make these these behind the back, bounce between the legs passes like in practice, and sometimes they get to the mark and sometimes they end up in the third row of the bleachers. And like Pop is looking at Ginobili and Ginobili just goes to Pop and says, "That's what I do." But again, he was a star that took a bench role.
Yeah.
He checked his ego at the door and was the sixth man for those Spurs teams.
Dude, he absolutely was.
And you could argue he was the best foreign player in the league other than probably Dirk during that time. And I think him and Dirk are like...
Yeah, neck and neck, yeah.
I think Dirk was just a little bit better because Dirk started. But I really do think if Ginobili would have just started and did Ginobili things...
Yeah.
He would...
That's what I was just going to say. Just start and do Manu Ginobili type things.
In the words of King Charles, Ginobili! Manu Ginobili! Manu is one of my favorites, man.
I was always a fan of his. Watching him play, him and Steve Nash. I always liked those two dudes. Outside of Boston, I always liked those two dudes.
I couldn't stand Nash when he was...
So Salsa says it was 0-4 against the Spurs.
That's what I gotta say about that, Salsa. Where are we at, Butcher? 107, an hour and 7 minutes.
So we'll do one more.
Yeah. Hey,
we'll do. This is the last one right here. It says, "What if LeBron took the NFL route?"
He would be a...
There would be no title in Cleveland. There would be no title in Cleveland at all.
But I think he would transfer that athleticism to the NFL. He would be that tight end type body like Tony Gonzalez, a 6'8", 260-pound guy that can run like him.
Yeah. Leedy's flipping off. Leedy's probably flipping off either his laptop or his cell phone right now.
Well, Leedy, like the mid 2000s Lakers, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them, fuck them.
The mid 2000s Lakers, because the Spurs couldn't get past them dudes.
What are you talking about? 03, 05, 07. We would have won more titles if it weren't for the damn Lakers. That's a fact.
You guys literally just ran into the best franchise. Like, you know what I mean? You just ran into a buzzsaw. That's what it was.
Here's the thing, though. you look at the Mavericks with Dirk.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Lakers or the Spurs during that same time frame, the Mavs probably would have had at least 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least 3 titles.
Mm-hmm.
If it went for the Spurs and the Lakers. To go back to D. Salz's question, what if LeBron went the NFL route? I think him and Tony Gonzalez would have been like the prototypical tight end.
Big-bodied, athletic tight end.
Yes, and I do think LeBron would have been a multiple-year Pro Bowler in the NFL. Would he be a Hall of Famer?
I don't know about a Hall of Fame, but he definitely would go to a couple Pro Bowls.
I'm just talking about like just pure athleticism. He's still in his prime. He was probably one of the best athletes in the country.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's no doubt about that.
So I mean, dude, it's again, it goes back to like our first episode. What if Allen Iverson went the football route?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of these guys that could have absolutely gone to the NFL and started.
What if Antonio Gates went the basketball route? What if Rob Gronkowski
went the basketball route?
went the basketball route? What if Tony Gonzalez went the
basketball route?
I mean, you could go what if
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah. What if he went the basketball route? I mean, you think about it. How many of these like tight end type bodies played basketball?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and like Mike Evans, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Mm-hmm.
he was a really good basketball player in high school. And Kevin Sumlin always joked the only reason he's not playing in the NBA because he doesn't have a jump shot.
Yeah.
The only reason because he doesn't have a jump shot.
But I think that's going to do it for today, Coach. That was a good one. That was a good show.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
So the next episode, guys, we are going to focus. It's going to be a theme episode, and the main focus is going to be NCAA college football. So all of our what ifs are going to be college football related, and we got a couple of good ones. For you guys already. We've been brainstorming already.
Bobby, you have no idea how happy I am on this one. And he knows what college football is my wheelhouse. That is up my wheelhouse.
I will say this, right? College football has been getting over the last 3 years. It's just, I think it's right on par or better entertainment value wise than the NFL.
If you give me a choice, 2 TVs, college game, pro game, I'm watching the college game.
And so here's a big thing with that, right? How many absolutely obviously obvious in your face blown calls are there in a college game?
A handful.
I mean, in an entire afternoon of college football, you might see 1 or 2 that are come on, man.
Well,
but you're talking about 12 games, all day long on Saturday. Out of all 10 or 12 of those games, you might see 2, maybe 2 or 3 where you're dude, come on.
I can think of 2 in the damn A&M Georgia game right now.
But you know what I mean? There's just the refs are just better. The refs are just better in that.
I think they do it more often because there's more games.
I'm just saying the college refs are just better. They don't blow as much calls.
Well, you remember when the ref had the strike? The officials had the strikes?
Yep.
There was an SEC official that basically said, if you put an SEC crew in the NFL, we could do it day one. Because the Power 5 refs, that's kind of the same speed they see in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really comparable.
I'm telling you, dude, that's the one. It's a huge reason why, the entertainment value and the lack of blown the refs are actually competent during college. And if they blow a call, they correct it. They go back and they pick it up, or they correct the call. It's just a better officiated game. I hate to say it, but it is.
And you see different conferences the officials stress different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the Southeastern Conference, you are not going to get a damn holding call on the offensive line. Hardly ever.
Yeah.
They will freaking have your jersey up here. You're not going to get a holding call in the Southeastern Conference.
No.
In
Nope.
the Big 12, you're going to get a pass interference call. A lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but each conference has something unique. But yeah, I would rather watch a college game than a pro game all day and twice on Sundays.
I don't understand how the NFL can watch college on Saturday, because they watch football on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and say, like, what, like, why is there such a huge discrepancy difference between our officiating crews and theirs? You know what I mean?
How many of these NFL officials, how long have they been officiating?
A lot of them have been doing
Who's
it
the
for
Jack-
five plus seasons, 6
Who's
plus
the
seasons.
jacked one?
Huh?
Hawkinson. Not Hawkinson. The jacked official.
Oh, Hockley. Ed Hockley.
Hockley. Hockley's been reffing forever.
He's retired, I believe. I believe he retired. But you know what I mean? Like, they do it like 5, 6, 8 years. Like you know what I mean? Like, some of them are even like 15, 15 plus.
How many new officials do you see in the NFL every year? Honestly,
Probably not many.
probably a handful. They have to
Maybe 3 or 4. Maybe.
I mean, so how do you ref big time college football? You ref high school. You ref, Division III. You ref Division II. You
Mm-hmm.
work your way up to
Yeah.
it. I wonder what the money is. That's my question. Like, the SEC?
I think they
officials
make
do-
30 or 40,000 a year. I think.
Okay, so do the SEC officials get paid more than NFL officials?
Probably not. If an NFL official makes 30 or 40, I would think the SEC guys, like the top-notch guys, probably make 20, 25.
Well, here's my point right here. You know how they do like these like all-star crews in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid. To me, that's stupid because you're telling 7 guys who have not worked together all year, you're going to work together on the biggest game this Sunday.
Yep.
That's stupid.
Mhm.
And I listened to Cowherd talk about this like a week or two ago. He's like, "Yeah, you want the best guys out there, but you're telling me Joe and Bob, who never worked together, and Bob is waving Joe off because he thinks he has to overcompensate for Joe because Bob has to do it on his crew."
Yeah, no, dude, it's part of the reason why like I do enjoy watching colleges, is the officiating is just better. It's just better, like plain it like it's just a better officiated game.
Well, and I think the atmosphere is better. Like a college atmosphere, I'll take that over freaking NFL stale atmosphere any day.
It's just like the NFL needs to take some notes, realistically, from the way the collegiate level does things.
You know what would help? If they make tickets more affordable.
Yeah.
Let the average Joe bring his family and go to the game instead of make it all corporate. Because that's the thing. College.
Dude, I'm not like we'll yeah. So we'll like
we'll tackle that.
But so we'll end it on this, right? Like the Gillette Stadium is one of the most expensive stadiums to take the Patriots to go watch a Pats game. The average, I'm talking about average ticket price, so from the nosebleed all the way to front row. The average ticket price at Gillette is like $200. It's like $187. So call it $200.
Mm-hmm.
So you figure you want to sit in a halfway decent seat. So you're paying $180, $200 so if you have a family of 5, that's $1,000 to walk in the stadium. Never mind tailgate and drink beer. It's $1,000 to walk into the stadium and watch the game. they're pricing, these stadiums are pricing people out now. They are.
And I think the secondary market doesn't help. Like, me and my buddies went to A&M Tech game in 2010 football season, and we paid $120 for a ticket for 4 tickets. Okay? Those same seats, because I look every year because I'm curious, those same seats when A&M played Alabama last year, they were like $500, $1,000 a ticket.
Yeah. I was going to say probably in between $750 and $1,000 a seat.
Yeah, but again, college dictates who you're playing. Like the face value of those seats are probably $50. It's probably face value, but again, it's the secondary market that drives the prices up.
I went during the Bruins 2011 Cup run. I went to one of those games, right? I went to a Bruins home game during the Cup run, and I paid $378 for a nosebleed. $378.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with the atmosphere on the tickets, like students, they make college tickets for students so much more accessible. Mm-hmm. Again, they're paying tuition there. They should.
Yep.
But to me, the atmosphere is so much better at a college game than like an NFL game. I love the college atmosphere.
Dude, it's great. The college atmosphere is awesome.
Oh, you get jump around at Camp Randall? Holy crap.
But thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Goose76 for the super chat. That was greatly appreciated. Y'all are awesome. Me and Coach greatly appreciate all the support. I will drop his link in the description box after this video, so you can go click on that link. And give my man a subscription. Would be greatly appreciated.
Appreciate that. Hey, guys, thank y'all again, man. It was a lot of
This
fun.
was a good one. Wait, hey, you think that next episode's going to be a lot of fun. We might actually have to extend it to 2 hours because we're going to have a lot of what ifs.
Oh,
we're going to have a lot of what ifs on the next one. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It is going to be a ton of fun. I'm excited.
So, the next what if, guys, strictly going to be NCAA college football. The next what if is all college. So, collegiate edition on the next episode of Sports What Ifs. Hey, what's up, Ted? You're coming in right at the end, brother. You're coming in right at the end.
Brayton, what's good?
What up, Brayton? But yeah, guys, so next episode's going to be a lot of fun. Strictly college, collegiate episode. Every what if is going to be all college football, NCAA oriented. So we hope to see you guys then. It's going to be a
Ted, you can still drop a super chat.
Yeah, we're not done yet, man. I mean, if you want, hey, man, you don't have to, but I mean, if you want to do it, we'll stay live for another minute or two. What's up, Maggie? What's up, Brayton?
But yeah, I am psyched about the college one because, like I said, that is more my wheelhouse.
There's so many too, dude.
Oh
There's
my
so
gosh.
many.
But it's the parity. That's what makes college fun. Is there's so much parity at the middle. You know, the top not so much, but the middle teams, there's so much freaking parity in college football.
Maggie, I'm gonna stay. What if? I'll probably stay live for another minute or two, and then we will get up out of here.
Oh yeah, but appreciate you guys. That was a lot of fun.
You know what's the funnest part about this series is, like, you talk about the what ifs, right? And the different, I mean, one scenario can change the face and the history of a franchise.
The perception of a coach. Or
Yeah.
a player.
The perception of an organization.
Mm-hmm.
Like what, dude? Like, we've gone over a few that, like, if the tuck rule,
Don't know hype.
Dono, hey, my man Ted in the chat. What's up? Thanks a lot, Chet. He said, for the channel. Right back at you, brother. Awesome, man. I greatly appreciate it. Ted, you're the man, bro. Cheers to you too, my guy. Thanks, Ted. Really appreciate that, man. You're the man. But it's like these what ifs. The funnest part is like you can really go down a rabbit hole. Like the ones that we've done with the Patriots, dude. Like if the Tuck rule never happened, the Pats dynasty could have never like we might not look at the Pats the way we do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and the first one, Phil Jackson.
But yeah, like that's another one too. Like
that's 2 franchises.
Yeah, it's the funnest part about the what ifs this whole series is that like the rabbit hole that you go down. Like you know what I mean? Like these one decision, you know, one way or another can alter a franchise, alter an organization for the better or worse.
Yeah, I mean, if Tim Duncan gets picked by the Celtics instead of the Spurs in '97, that changes the whole franchise of the Celtics and the Spurs.
Yeah, but that's the funnest part about it, though. You know what I mean? Like that's the funnest part about this whole series. The next one's going to be awesome, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, hey, holy shit, another one. Holy shit, Ted must have got paid today. It must be payday for Ted. Another $10 dono hype. Appreciate that, brother. Ted, you're the man, bro. Cheers, my guy. I really appreciate that, bud. That's awesome. Thank you. Ted must have hit payday today. Appreciate that, man.
For real. That's awesome. Appreciate you guys again.
That's great, man. Ted, I appreciate that, brother. That means a lot, man. Two 10s back to back. 10 spots. Back to back to back. I mean, that's the funnest part about all these is like the franchise altering decisions that can happen.
And it's like me and you were talking about with, you know, when we were talking about doing this type of thing is that's all sports is. If you like post game, it's okay. If this would have happened, this would have been different. If this would have happened, this would have been different. If this, you know, there's so many what ifs in sports that we talk about on a day-to-day basis, and it's like, hell. But it's awesome though. That's why we love sports, because it gives us a distraction of life.
Yeah. No, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. 100% agree. Ted, you're the man. Goose, thanks a lot for the super chat, guys. Greatly appreciate all you. Brayton, everybody who tuned in, guys, y'all have been awesome. The chat is always great on this channel, man. The chat is one of the best on YouTube. The fans of this channel are incredible, dude. They're awesome. You guys are fucking incredible. You're awesome, man. Oh, yeah. I don't have anything else to say, man. Like that's, you guys drive this. You know, you guys drive this channel. The fans drive the content. They really do.
Without the fans, we're just two schmucks talking to the camera.
Talking into a webcam. That's it. But once again, guys, thanks a lot. Really appreciate that. Y'all are awesome. Don't forget, next episode, collegiate edition. NCAA football, college football edition coming at you guys for the next episode. Cat Cam, hold on one sec. We'll get Diesel to take us out of here. Come here, bud. Come here.
He's probably looking at you like, leave me alone.
Come here. I woke it. Brayton, you got to be happy. I woke his fat ass up for you. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Diesel.
He really doesn't want to get up. Come here. Come on. You know what? If I can watch this, right? Y'all want to see how motivated he gets? Watch this.
Got him trained.
See this here? Watch this.
Catnip.
Oh no, this is cat treats. This is Temptations cat treats.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, Ted, you have a good night too. So, Brayton, cat cam for you. Diesel will take us out for this episode. Come here. Come here. Come here. You got to get on camera. Cat cam is not cat cam without a cat.
Oh.
Come here.
Oh.
All right. Here. I'm going to have to do it for him because he's not going to cooperate with me.
There
Cat
it
cam.
is.
All right, D. Take us out of here, bro. If you ain't down with the coach and Butcher, we got 2 words for you. Suck it. Deuces, we out.
Gig 'em.